Hey guys, welcome to DaintreeJD. I'm replacing a driver Idler Pulley in the Pajero. It's an NS Pajero 2007-2008 model, and I've noticed it's gotten noisier over time and you can actually wobble the pulley, so it's definitely done. This is a $116 piece and I'm going to whack that in, so we'll try and take you through the step-by-step process of putting this in. To those subscribers that have recently joined, thank you, big thumbs up, really appreciate that. Hit the like button if you like this video, and for those who are long-time subscribers, thank you. Your work and your dedication to my channel helps me produce more videos, so thanks guys. Anyhow, sit back and we'll get this in. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is take off the intake for the air intake. These two, they look like number 12s, two of them. Then I'll have to disconnect it from here to give me room. And then this here is a guard around the fan, which will need to come off as well. And we'll start with it's a number 10. I've got it on a 1/2 inch driver. I actually want to put struts on this, so I might do that in the next few weeks for the bonnet. So my bonnet's strutted up instead of being held up by this post. If you've done that before, please send me a link so I can have a look at what you've done and make some recommendations for the struts and what not to do and what to do. I'd really appreciate that. For now, let's get on to taking this stuff off and putting the new pulley in. So with these here, I'm going to put them to one side. Undone those two bolts. Pop the air filter here to disconnect this intake. Don't know about you guys, but I use a K&N filter. It's got a 1,000,000 kilometre warranty, lets more air through, more power, more fuel economy when you're driving about. So put one in your car if you haven't got one. I'm just going to pop this off first. There's a little tab here. Off just like that. Put it out of the way. Bit more room in here. You can see a lot of this needs to be cleaned up before I put it all back together. Some of the old cushioning here is just destroyed. I'll take this off next. Using a screwdriver, I'm just working on the tabs on the inside of the airbox with the filter out. I've just popped them down a bit, popped them out. And that comes out. It shouldn't stay in too much. There's only two of these, or a couple of them that are high. This has got rubbish in it because there's a little trap here for dust and dirt and shit. If you have a look, there's stuff in there that's caught, so it stops it all from going into the airflow. But I'll clean that up before it goes on. You can see there's a fair bit in there. It's meant to capture water and dirt and stuff before it comes into the filter. The next part is to pop this off. This is the guard around the fan. There's a couple of little tabs here and it'll come right off. Little pull tabs, you just pull them back a little bit on both sides. And release it. That part. That's to the front. As you can see now, it's quite clear here. And now I need to get down to a tensioner, and the tensioner here is actually right here, and it's a 1/2 inch drive, so you can use your ratchet spanner for that. Whack it in here, and twist it out, and that'll drop this down, or twist it toward the engine, and that'll make this loose. I can then lift the belt out on this side so I can get this pulley. So I'm going to use my 1/2" torque wrench to put into the tensioner hole, basically to loosen the belt off. Just be careful of the fan. So you can see the belt there, it's quite loose once you do that. Okay, so now that that belt's off, I need to undo this fella here. Hard to see there, but I'm hoping you can. Now that looks like a 12 on that fella, or a 13. So it's a 14. That's the bolt washer. We'll reuse that, of course. So this is out now. Can you hear that? That's the wobble in that. So that's been making all the noise. That's the culprit. So get some Loctite back on that when we replace this. This is the new one. No wobble in that at all. Nice. Match them up. They're the same. We're going to put that new piece back on. Sweet. That's pretty much ratchet. I thought about re-greasing that, but there's no way you can re-grease that from what I can see. I'll put some Loctite on that. I'm just going to use one strip because I don't want it coming undone. Then I'll go back in, washers on. So I'm just doing this up by finger at the moment. Socket on. Now I'm going to tension it again, or loosen the belt and pop the belt onto it. Or rather under it. Always good to inspect your belt and inspect your fan as well for damage. The belt seems okay, looks pretty new. I'll probably replace that in due course in the next couple of months, I reckon, but only because I don't know when it was last replaced, but it still looks okay. I inspected it for cracks and that. And it still looks nice and clean and non-cracky. But I didn't take the whole thing off. Just a bit of a visual inspection here. But it looks okay. Alright. So what I might do is put everything back together. Right, so the installation is the same as just the reverse of the removal. Putting in the air filter first. Definitely get yourself a K&N filter if you don't have one. It's crazy buying and disposing of it. Two of those other filters, the paper disposables, and you've bought one of these. Back. Yeah, recall I was going to clean this, so I'm going to do that now. Just pop this back bottom piece off. Wow, look at that. Look at the shed in here. Just giving this a bit of a wipe up. Getting rid of some of the dust. So if you remember this piece, it actually goes in this way. In this here, this part here, this is actually a purge valve. And it'll let any excess water that comes through out of here. And this is your dust trap, the other part. And it was so full. Just twist this, can you see that? Got to just pop it over that there when you get it off, same deal. Just notches on. So pretty straightforward. Again, this just pops into the air filter, the air box, filter box. Right, that's back in. But before I finish that, whack this guard. This guard will whack that back in now. Put the top point in first. And then work the bottom sides in, each side. They just clip in nicely. There you go, back in. Now for the air intake. Clipped on, and we'll sit there. So I'll put these bolts back in. Always do it finger tied up first, guys. No point in putting it on a machine and stripping the threads, or so if you get it slightly off. Okay. That worked a treat. Wasn't that hard to do. Took me all of half an hour to do it, and that was doing it slowly and recording. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate doing that. I've never done one of those with everything in before, and it wasn't that hard at all, which is great. So thanks guys. Don't forget to leave a comment or subscribe, and let me know if you've done this or you have other tips for potentially doing the timing belt and water pump. The water pump, because the mechanics that I took it to do the timing belt failed to listen to me and put in the water pump at the same time, so I won't be using them again. But I hear another little sort of funny noise, and I reckon it's possibly the water pump, but I do want to inspect that, or at least replace it when I do, and change the timing belt over to be sure. Thanks for watching guys. Stay tuned for the next videos. If you have any other comments or things you'd like to see me do on the vehicle, let me know, and I'll have a crack at it. Thanks guys. Cheers. Have a great day. Happy New Year.